Live stream of our weekly update on Gate.io. I'm very excited to get started to tell you all about our new features, about what we've been working on dynamic changes in the market, which you undoubtedly will have seen happening, considering you're most likely at home and been watching the news all day. We'll look into a big change of Gate.io. And we're going to cover some topics of a various range. One being the halving countdown page, which we've changed, the global exchange deposits, which we rank amongst. We've been not exactly awarded, but we've been ranked by some several sources, which have ranked us high on the level of security and trading volume. I'll keep the best for last, and that's what I'm going to start with in a minute. We've also released a research paper on cryptocurrency ROI in relation to traditional finance investing. Hi, Marie. You love the new design of Gate.io. Yes, me too. This is the perfect moment to start. As you will have noticed, maybe you have, or maybe you haven't yet because you haven't been trading very actively or you haven't made any deposits on Gate.io, you'll be able to see, if you head over to our website right now, that we have a totally different design, which I personally found very cool. Any change, of course, is refreshing. Every change is nice, but the fact that the execution has been performed so well was a great surprise to me, because I wasn't obviously involved in the design process. I had to wait and see, like everyone else in the community, what it would look like. And to my amazement, maybe amazement's not the right word, but to my positive surprise, it looks super nice. If you head over to Gate.io now, you see our logo is still the same, but the way it's constructed is different. So if you open up, you see your gateway to cryptocurrency. You see smaller banners underneath that title. There's a Gate logo in the middle. You'll be able to figure this out. I'm just giving you a quick run through of what you can do on the website and how we've structured it. If you go underneath the banners where we announce BTC discounts from the startup sales, which is happening tomorrow, by the way, a Bitcoin halving page, which we've adjusted, listing votes, all of these banners. If you click on the Gate logo underneath, a little pop-up opens and you can select 5 icons, one being for feedback, a calculator, getting contact with live support directly, which is soon. You can click either top right, middle of the Gate icon. You can click on the calendar, which shows significant events. And then there's a tool which, on an honest note, I didn't even know we had. It's called the Gate.io/official verify, because we have several sources where you can find information and where you can verify if a source belongs to us or not, which is very important nowadays, which in a time where annoying hackers and people who attempt to phish you set up all kinds of fake URLs. So if you click on that little icon, the Gate icon, you are redirected to Gate.io/official verify. And there you can type in all the URLs we have if a URL might be unfamiliar to you at that moment in time. That's the main thing. If you go back to the main page, you see at the top banner, it has markets, trade, all the stuff you're used to, just set up in a little bit of a different manner. Trade, lend, where you're redirected to our hold and earn features, our periodic investment plan, crypto lending and crypto loan, and borrowing on margin. The next one is crypto space. So it's definitely an improvement in layout. It's much more clear. It's categorized very well. For those who feel a little unaccustomed, or for those who feel they missed the old website and would like to make a smooth transition for themselves, they can head over to an older URL. I believe it's let me just double check that, old.gatecn.io, and you have all the trading features and all the features you have on the new website, but it's just for a more familiar situation. We've kept most of the layout as it is. It's just that the homepage is different, where we explain very clearly what we stand for in order to keep on developing as the ultimate trading hub, which we are, and the fact that we are a one-stop trading service for a whole variety of traders, whether you consider yourself a noob or a whale, I don't know. Anywhere in between, someone who's just getting started today and someone who's advanced in their trading skills. IO is a perfect platform because we have very simple processes and very simple topics to work with. We have very simple trading tools, and we also have very complex trading tools. Maybe perpetual contracts being the most complex, or margin borrowing, one of those complex categories. So that is one of the most significant changes you'll be able to visit or be able to witness if you go to Gate.io. We are very curious to hear what you guys think, because eventually we make a different user experience and a better user experience for you guys, for the community. So please let us know either under the tweet where we posted about this new change, or by contacting support, whatever you feel comfortable with, whatever you consider a good medium. We are found on Instagram, LinkedIn to Facebook. Whatever you consider a good medium, let us know if you consider this an improvement, or if there's something you feel there is missing. Are you missing something in relation to what Gate.io looked before, or are you generally very happy? In the meantime, like every once in a while, I'll be looking at the comments. Because I'm not super experienced with giving these live streams yet, I'm more focused on making a very clear story and making sure that I can convey a clear message. So I'm not looking at the comments constantly, but if you have a question for me, feel free to ask in the comments too. Let me see. So the new site is the biggest change that we have at this moment. We intend to become one of the most evolved crypto exchanges in the ecosystem. We're well on our way in many respects. The fact that we're heading towards our 7th anniversary of existence, the fact that we have been verified by BTI as an exchange which trades real volume of about 100 million USD a day, and the fact that we consider ourselves to be an exchange where we listen to the users and try to implement the feedback as well as we can. So we really love feedback, and we are always looking forward to hear what makes the exchange better, or what could make it better for you. So at all times, whenever, not only just now because I'm not announcing it at the live stream, but at all times, let us know when you would like to see a change. On a short note, we're going to have a Bitcoin discount startup sale tomorrow. This is a sale where we're offering up to 250,000 USD worth of BTC at a 20% sale, up to 20%. So you can apply and possibly make up to a percent, or get up to a 20% discount in the sale. That's happening tomorrow. We'll be posting about that soon, so keep an eye on our Twitter and Instagram accounts. As for a feature which I've been coming around, I've been mentioning a few times now, I really like, and I'm mentioning it because I haven't really seen it at other exchanges. I know there are several APIs you can use to use a price ticker, in your daily computer life, whether you're working or scrolling on desktop or app, and you want to check the BTC price or price of any coin or token. You can use certain APIs to do it, certain apps. But as far as I know, and as far as I've researched, maybe I'm wrong, please correct me if I'm wrong, we are the only exchange who offer this price floating which is a very cool feature because I can speak for Android users that if you select the ticker where you look at your favorite coin, be it BTC or F or whatever market you're interested in, you can select that coin and that little ticker of Gate.io will pop up. You have open. So even if you are on your phone, your Android phone, and you're opening a web app or a browser, or you're checking your banking details, this little ticker will always appear until the point you disable it or you close your phone entirely. And it gives you immediate insight into the price. So regardless if you're a trader or you're more into holding, it's a really opportunity to, keep an instant idea on the price. It stops you from having to go back and forth between browsers or back and forth between tabs or, have a notification pop up where you're instantly distracted. You can just choose it at will and you can see it from the corner of your eye. So for me, it's intuitive and a very intuitive tool to see what the price is on it. Currently, the price of Bitcoin, what is it? It's 5,900. So we recovered from last week where we saw some extreme lows from everything that's happening in the market at the moment. I'm going to think that Marie's asking this question to the community and not to me exactly. So yeah, guys, what do you think of BTC's price? What's been happening all this time? The fact that it declined so much. Let us know in the comments if you still think that BTC is a safe haven asset, or that unfortunately, due to what has currently been going on, it has not been proven to be a very much of a safe haven asset. However, that being said, as I was talking about before, we are bouncing back a little bit at this moment, maybe because most of the measures in relation to the global markets have been set in place. So a lot of European countries are in lockdown. Things are a little bit calmer and markets overall are responding a little less volatile. So Bitcoin has climbed back up to 6,000 at the moment. Where it will go from here, no one knows. This could be considered to be the biggest black swan event of 2020. We'll just have to take it from here and see how it goes. Back from the Bitcoin price to some significant changes. The most important, as by now you will have gathered, because I've mentioned it so many times, and I will mention it next week as well, is the brand new website, which looks really great. It's very intuitive and is very user-friendly, especially, to other websites, other exchanges, which you undoubtedly are using as well. We've updated the halving countdown page with price trends. So what we've done is we've included new features with trends and charts of Bitcoin price, mining costs, circulating supply, and mining rewards. Also the daily supply of Bitcoin and the annual inflation rate. So you can visit this halving countdown page both on the app or on Gate.io on the desktop version, the laptop version, whatever you want to call it. There you get very clear insight and immediate insight into how much time is left before the block reward halves from, I believe, 12.5 to 6.25 BTC, which will also be a significant event, not only in regard to what's happening on the global markets and with COVID-19 at the moment, but also to see what the miners are going to do and how the miners are going to respond. There's so many variables which come into play that it's too complex to even discuss. But it's good to mention because it's something you want to pay attention to if you're somewhat involved in the space. You want to read up. You have about 50 days, I believe, before the halving will take place in May. You want to read up on what the implications are of the BTC halving and all the to play, which will determine if the price goes up, goes down, goes sideways, and for how long. because, in the end, if you are invested in cryptocurrency and you're interested in how the market goes, you're interested in the technology, no matter how much conviction you have, there are some events which have a very significant effect. That's the main. That's one of the points. We've updated the halving countdown page. Some really positive news about Gate.io is because we're committed to making such a really good user experience by making the website better, more, trying to look for a word which I'm not getting, that's why I was using intuitive, but by making it more fluent, by making it more user-friendly, predominantly because one of our values is transparency and the other one is security. There's a third one too, but from transparency and security, we want to make sure that once, like in this process of evolving, we make sure that it's not only user-friendly, but it's very clear where everything is located on the platform very quickly, and that the whole process of making deposits, making withdrawals to Gate happens in a very safe manner. We have two know your customer processes for you to be able to make deposits, for you to be able to be trading. Obviously, we have 2FA, two-factor authentication with several apps you can use. So we're very much focused on being a secure exchange, and for being an exchange which focuses on user friendliness. And then if that's the case, it's also very nice when you get feedback from the community and some of the companies in the community by getting a good ranking. One of those is Hacken. Hacken has rated us as the highest security trading platform. The sources can be found if you go to announcements. There's an article on some acknowledgement we've had from companies in the industry, one being Hacken. The other one is from CryptoDiffer, which is a data analytics research company, institution. Institution may be a big word, but they do lots of analytics in regard to net value of exchanges, how they compare to one another. We've ranked among the top 5 net positive exchanges with real value. You can go check that out. It's not an article being released, but there's a tweet where they've announced the results of their analytics. There was one more. Let me see if I know it off the top of my head. And otherwise, I'll get at a later time. I'll have to get back to you on that one. I don't know what the third one was. One was Hacken, CryptoDiffer, and then, I remember now. This one was acknowledged a while ago. There's a certificate you can get from BTI. If you have a BTI verified exchange, it means that the volume on your exchange is real. So there's no sign whatsoever. There's no criteria which you meet, which implies that you participate in wash trading. So we've been acknowledged by BTI with that BTI verified as a BTI verified exchange because we have a real trading volume. Those 3 pillars, acknowledgements, are very nice for us because it means that besides all the hard work you put into building with your community and setting up a very professional exchange, which is focused very much on offering a super trading experience, that there are objective institutions and small and large companies who rank us in what we do. So that was really great. I know I've mentioned the new layout. What I'll do is I'll name some few points of the Gate.io website. I'm going to have a little bit of a sip of water. 1 second, please. Some of the main points of the update of the website include obviously the revised homepage. The layout is totally different. It's more user-friendly. There's a market page to more clearly display the spot markets, spot trading, contract trading, loan transaction information. ETFs are more prominent on the platform. The currency is more prominent. Let me see the spot. Okay. Spot trading, contract trading, and ETF trading have now been transferred to the trading menu. In general, it's a nicer look. As for now, the app is looking the same. So if you go into the app, you don't see much change. At this moment in time, there won't be a change in the layout of the app. First, we want to process community, see what everyone thinks, and after that, we can make some significant changes. Let's see. Hidden function on the top menu bar. Yes, you can hide some features, so that enables you to get a better access of the entire platform. Sometimes you don't want to see a significant, a specific part of the platform, so you can trade freely and see freely what you want to do. Some a bit more heavy news in the positive sense, of course, but it's a bit more complicated news in that sense, is we've released more research. We've released research on the cryptocurrency market of 2019, on the ROI of cryptocurrency in 2019, and what we've done is, not we, because that would include me, the super team of Gate.io has performed research where they've taken analytical tools of traditional finance, and they've applied them to cryptocurrency. So they've taken certain models and they've taken a look at the cryptocurrency markets of 2019, and they've just checked, they've put a lot of work into it. They've checked whether these methods of investment were viable, what the risk was, what the risk reward was, and if it was worth it as opposed to regular investments. So they've taken concepts, investment strategies such as value averaging plans. Some takeaways, I'm not going to get into it because it's a bit of expansive information. I believe it's a 20 document PDF. So for those hardcore financial analysts, can't come up with a word at this moment. People who are deep into finance and who like to do technical analysis and who like to look at charts. Interesting to read the piece. It's 20 pages. You can see a variety of models. Some key takeaways, according to the analysis, were that the ROI of cryptocurrency over 2019 was much lower than that actually of 2018 was a whole bear year. 2019 slowly showed a recovery, but the risk of cryptocurrency investment, according to the research, was 5 times higher compared to any traditional investment. So as you know, as a beginner or a not very experienced or a much more experienced trader, the risk reward for crypto is much higher. Points there are automatic investment plan is more time saving in regarding to the sizing of the positions. User profits align with general market trends, while value averaging can effectively lower the investment risk, but the return rate is lower by half, and the position sizing is more time consuming with the strategy. So basically what that says is that traditional finance investment strategies, they take more time, they do in the sizing of the positions. The return rate is lower, but the risk rate is also lower. So the returns of gold, American stocks, and oil investments were not ideal using value averaging investment strategies. It also suggested that value averaging is not suitable for assets with low with low volatility, such as gold. Lots of interesting stuff. I've read it. I would definitely recommend to take a look at that document. Maybe next time what we'll do is we can post the links to these topics which I'm mentioning with specific articles, because this is a PDF which is online in the live stream. Maybe I can do it myself, or I can assign someone to do it, because then you can click on them. Or what I can do In any case, because we're not doing that now, what you could do is you could go over to announcements, and all the topics that I'm discussing at this moment, you can click on, and you can forward yourself to go check that out. As you know, we are always trying to provide the best possible service for users to have a safe, transparent trading environment. We are one of the BTI verified crypto exchanges, which proves that our volume is real and that we have real, authentic trading volume. We're also the secure trading platform, as you know from before. What we are also doing is we are now recruiting market makers. So this is important for those who have been in the market a long time, or who have recently transitioned from a traditional finance market of market makers and OTC desk trading into the crypto market, so they know complex financial products. We will provide special handling fee schemes, including market maker fee rates for market makers. To accommodate this scheme, we're adjusting the rules of GT payment. So this is important if you're a professional trader. So VIP tier 11 and above will be considered professional traders. Professional traders can enjoy the market maker fee scheme using GT as a handling fee payment. Handling fee discount from the affiliate program will no longer be available if the professional trader chooses to use GT for handling fees. You need to meet the VIP tier required, and you need to turn on a little ticker which says use GT to pay fees. You need to turn on that feature manually to enjoy the market maker fee scheme. These are just some of the points. All the users can turn on this payment feature. You just have to enable it yourself. We've adjusted the requirements of trading volume for you to be able to become a professional user. So the trading volume and the amount of GT holdings have now been changed as a criteria for to become a professional user. So this will allow you to enjoy a competitive fee rate if you are trading larger volumes. If you're more of a holder like myself, it's not really relevant. If you're a holder, you can go over to Hold and Earn, which you may or may not know about. It's one of our staking features. Super interesting. We offer some of the highest staking rates, anywhere between, I believe, 8 and I'll mention 8 and 45%. We go much higher, but that's the exception. So I want to give a clear, concise, and transparent. We offer one staking coin with a return and interest of 1,500%, and that's for NAS Nebulous. Going on at this moment, you get it's a proof of stake coin, NAX, if I'm saying that correctly off the top of my head. If you head over to Hold and Earn, you can see which coin I'm talking about. But generally, the rates of 8 to 45% are already very high. Crypto differ. The one I mentioned before, who do analytics, data analytics, analytics in regard to crypto data, they recently released a whole overview of all exchanges where you can currently stake your coins. And we also came out there as one of the exchanges with the highest fees. If you feel comfortable with this kind of investment where you stake your coins, that's something you should do. If you're interested in becoming a professional trader, definitely take a look at the latest announcement where we are adjusting GT payment for handling fees, and we are recruiting market makers. That's about it. I feel like I've been talking a lot. I hope you've found the information useful at this point. I'm really curious to see what the market's going to do and where Bitcoin is going to go, if it will, prove to be a safe haven. These are very volatile times, very unpredictable times. No one really knows. Anyone who does know would be a fortune teller. Maybe the only one who would know are traders who have been trading professionally for 30 years. And if you follow them,